Hi everyone, welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons series, part 25. Today we have a very special episode and it's actually festival in my game. So rather than focusing on terraforming my island, I think I'll be focusing on festival. As usual, we have Isabel and it's interesting to see that she is wearing her own headset, which is pretty cute. Of course, since we do have festival, I am focused on getting all of the festival items. As usual for this one, we do have to collect different feather colors and try to craft a rainbow feather. Or if you are lucky, you'll be able to find a rainbow feather as well. In this case, before we move outside, let me quickly go ahead and change up my outfit. Lucky for me, I was able to buy it from Able Sisters in the last episode. So here I am. This is gonna be my outfit for today. And I think this definitely fits the theme of festival. Let's quickly make our way outside. I do have to talk to Pave as well to see how many feathers I would actually require in order to craft the rainbow feather. But before that, let's quickly check out what's in this message bottle. Seems like we do have a recipe for sandwich. Not bad. Alright, there we go. We have another new recipe. I can quickly go ahead and check it as well. And here we have it. Now that we are outside, since we do have our shop recently upgraded, I'm pretty interested to go ahead and check out its furnitures. Before, with the festival days coming near, we did have a couple different items that were displayed which were actually festival items. But I decided to not go ahead and buy them since we will be able to get another copy of all of these items from Pave today. But of course, other than that, I'll quickly go ahead and buy out other of these items. I don't think I need that sewing machine, which means I only need to buy this other one. Seems like we don't really have anything too expensive today. After this, I'll quickly go ahead and try to collect as many feathers as I can, and I guess only then we can actually talk to Pave. I just want to make sure that I have enough rainbow feathers to go ahead and get all of the items at once. But I think we do have to run around for quite some time to get most of them. We can also go ahead and I think switch feathers with the villagers, but let's see how that goes. Right here I did buy an extra net just because we'll be catching a lot of feathers, and the one that I actually own might actually break pretty soon. As for the wallpaper and flooring, nothing too interesting for today, so that's all on the shop for this day. Pretty cool. Next up, let me quickly make my way to a resident services building and see what's happening over there. Alright, so offline I did go around and collect a couple different feathers. Unfortunately, I don't have all of the colors, so I do have to run around a bit more or try to exchange them with my villagers and see if I can find the ones I need. Either way, here we are right in front of our resident services building. As usual, since it is festival day, we have Pave standing right here. Now, unfortunately, since I did terraform this part of my island, the camera is gonna be at this weird angle, but at least I'll be able to see some of his classic moves. Now, you might have seen some extra waterfalls right here. Offline, I did go ahead and terraform a bit more and just refined that part of the design. I'm not yet completely done with this one, but I think for now this design looks pretty cool. Once we do have the villager houses moved in, I think it will look much better. Either way, today we'll focus on festival day, which means as per Pave here, we do have to give him more of the rainbow feathers. Thankfully, he does give us a DIY to create the rainbow feathers, so I think it should be still pretty fine. Let me quickly go ahead and learn it. Of course, I do have to check if I can actually create more rainbow feathers right away. For this one, we'll quickly enter the resident services building. In this case, we do have a DIY bench right here, so I think it's an easier way for me to go ahead and craft the feathers. Before we move on, as usual, I'll check out the recycling bin right here as well as Nook's top. Hopefully I do have a new item that I can actually buy. As usual, my bonus is still running, so we have been getting more and more Nook miles every single day. As for Nook's shopping, we really don't have too much. I think the floor rides are pretty cool. I'm gonna order at least a couple of them. But as for the other items, I don't think any of them are too interesting. Since I'm not going to be spending out my Nook miles, I'll not be checking out the other option, which I think is redeem Nook miles. Let me quickly go ahead and craft out the feathers. Hopefully I have enough to make at least a couple of them. Here we are, and yep, at least 3 of them are craftable. Unfortunately, as you can see, I don't really have too many red feathers, which is something I might have to find pretty soon. Or try to find a villager who would actually exchange the red feathers for one of my others, which I might actually frequently find. In this case, it seems like I did find quite a few of the green as well as the blue feathers, so I might be able to replace them for a red one. But there we have 3 rainbow feathers. I remember playing this one offline in my previous island, and I was lucky enough to find quite a few rainbow feathers. Hopefully I'll be able to find it this time as well. Now that we have 3 of these rainbow feathers, let me quickly go ahead and talk to Pave right here to see what kind of items we get in exchange for these. Unfortunately, we can't really select all 3 at once, which means I do have to go through this dialogue every single time. I wish there was a way for us to just go ahead and give him multiple items. Either way, I think we'll get to see his special dance move right here multiple times. Right, first item that we do get is a festival stall, which is pretty nice. I've also planned to go ahead and place all of these items right next to my house. Hopefully it will look pretty good. Let me quickly go ahead and give the second feather and see what kind of items that we do get. As far as I remember, I think we have at least 15 items that we can get from Pave right here. So hopefully I'll be able to craft at least 15 rainbows or find a couple of rainbow feathers just floating around. There we go. This is the second turn, and this time we are gonna get a festival stage. Definitely pretty cool. You know what, let me know in the comment section which festival item you really like that you actually get from Pave. In my case, I really like all of these items, but there is one item that I really like, and it's actually the festival float. I think that's one of those items you'll get only after you get all of the other ones, so I do have to see when I'll actually get it. This is the third rainbow feather. Let's see which item we get for this one. There we go. His amazing dance. I think Pave is a pretty cool character for this game. In this case, we do get the parasol. Pretty nice. Let me quickly go ahead and collect more red feathers and craft more rainbow feathers before coming back and talking to Pave right here. To be honest, this did take me around 10 to 15 minutes to actually find all of the feathers that I needed. I've quickly gone ahead and crafted more of the rainbow feathers, and this time once again I have 3 of them. Alright, let's see what we get in exchange for these 3. I really wish we could actually skip some of these dialogues in this game, especially the ones that are quite repetitive. Since we are giving him a lot of rainbow feathers, each time I think we'll have the same dialogue. But of course, right here we got the festival flag. Pretty cool. Let me quickly go ahead and give the other 2 rainbow feathers to see what we get for those as well. Alright, here we go. And in this turn, he is gonna give us the festival drum. Pretty cool. So that is the 5th item we are getting. Of course, I do have to collect all of these items. For the rest of them, I'll quickly go ahead and get more feathers offline before we move on. But of course, we still have one more, so let's quickly go ahead and give this one to him. Usually, I am pretty interested in most of these special events that occur. Other than the bug and fishing tournament, of course. Those two I think I usually try to avoid. But this time I do have a goal of completing all 4 seasons for both the bug as well as the fishing contest. Hopefully we'll be able to complete that. As for the last rainbow feather, we did get the festival garland. Pretty cool. Now that we already have 6 items, I think there is 6 more to go. So let me quickly go ahead and gather more rainbow feathers before I talk to Pavi. Once again, I was able to find 3 rainbow feathers. Seems like this is gonna be a trend. Unfortunately, I was not able to find a 4th one since I did run out of all of my feathers. I do have to go back to search more, but I think we are good for at least 3 more items right away. This time we got the festival lamp. I think this is a really cool item and definitely one of those items that I could actually use on my island. But let me quickly go ahead and give Pavi here the 2nd feather. I really think Pavi here is one of the more detailed special villages that we do get. Definitely it might have taken quite a lot of time for them to actually come up with this character, but definitely I think it's pretty cool. See what we do get for this one, and it's a confetti machine. Pretty cool. Even with all of these new items that we are getting, I really wish we could get the entrance kind of item. I'm not really sure what it's called, but it definitely looks super cool and it's one of those items that is not available for us. Either way, let's quickly give him the last feather. I think I need 3 more before I get all of my items, but let's see what we get for this one. Alright, here we go. This time we get a festival balloon lamp. Pretty similar as the last one, but I think I'll take it. Alright, we need 3 more items to get the ultimate item. So let me quickly go ahead and craft the other ones, as well as drop off some of my items before I come back and talk to Pavi. Well, here are all of the festival items that you are able to get on the festival day. I did go ahead and arrange them right next to my house and I think this looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, I did have to step out for some time in between this, so I wasn't able to record the last 3 items that I did get. Either way, I was able to display all the items to you guys. Hopefully, you were able to get these ones as well. Now that we have completed collecting all of the festival items, I decided to go ahead and focus a bit more on terraforming my island, as well as trying to visit Harvey's Island to see if the new shops over there are available and up and running. I do still have to donate some amount to Harvey's Island. We have around 5 to 6 more shops to open and I definitely want them all to be ready. So I think we'll be visiting that island pretty soon. Now that I have donated 2 more fossils to the museum, I think it's finally time for me to go ahead and check out the cafe. After all, we are trying to get some new items from Brewster. I think we'll be able to get them if we do visit the cafe for a couple more days. I really wish that Blathers and Brewster right here had a headdress for festival day themselves, just like how Tom Nook and Isabel has, but unfortunately they don't. I think they would have looked pretty cute if they did have one. Either way, here is my coffee. Let me quickly go ahead and drink this one. Unfortunately, I haven't really been getting too many of the new dialogues for these days, so I do have to see if I'll get them in the future. But there we go. That is all on cafe as well as the museum. The next thing I did is make my way to Harvey's Island, and I'm surprised that there is a ABD machine which will help us to go ahead and extract bells from here itself. We also have Harriet right here, so let me quickly talk to her and get a new headdress. I guess it's gonna be a surprise, which is pretty fine. Let's see what we'll actually get. I am a bit nervous. Hopefully we'll get a good one. There we go, she is at work. And here we have our new hairstyle. It's unique. Not something I was expecting, but I'll get this one. Alright, hopefully we'll get more of these haircuts in the future. I think the headdress definitely does suit this hairstyle, so this is what it's gonna be for now. Other than that, we do have Harvey talking to Red right here, and there are 2 art items which we can actually check out. Let's quickly talk to both of them and see what they have to say. Alright, seems like they will be here in this location for every other day other than the day they come to my island. So I guess we'll be able to see variety of art items right here, and maybe it's an easier way for me to fill up my art museum. Either way, now that we are here, let's check out both of these art items and see which one we can actually buy. Other than the art items, he does have another thing which I think we'll go ahead and talk to him once we check out both of these art pieces. He does talk about the raffle here though. So yes, we do have a raffle in this game, and you can actually go ahead and play the raffle for 500 bells. So why don't we just give it a try? Alright, let's see what we might be able to pull out. And we get number 24, which is a donut. Not bad. I think these items are pretty cool. Maybe I'll be able to try this raffle once again in the future. Now that we have the raffle completed, let me quickly check out both of these artifacts and see which one I can actually order. The first one right here I think is a fake one, so I am not gonna order this one. But the second one I do have to definitely take a closer look at. Hopefully we do have some genuine artifacts here and not just fake ones for every single time. Alright, let me check out the second one, which is a painting. Now, even if I accidentally buy a fake painting, I think it's still pretty fine. I'll be able to hang it on my wall in the house, and I think that will look pretty cool as well. This one, I'm not sure if it's a fake. It kind of does look like a genuine one, so I might actually go ahead and buy this. I'll check it out with Blathers in the next episode, and if it's not a fake one, I think I can donate it, but if it is, I'll go ahead and hang it up on the wall in my house. Either way, that is all on this island. Of course, I do have to go ahead and donate 10,000 bells on another one of Mr. Lloyd's right here. For today, I think this one is pretty good. It is actually a fortune teller, which I think is pretty helpful. So let me quickly go ahead and donate the full amount. As far as I've seen in the last episode, we can only donate to one of these at a time. I think it's kind of like once you have all of the amount paid, you can't really go to another one since the construction will start for this one. So that's all on Harvey's Island for today. After I made my way back to my island, I did go straight to Tom Nook right here, and I wanted to discuss on the bridges as well as the incline. I did want to demolish one of them, and it's actually the log bridge that we have. I think we are going to be covering up that part of the river, so I do have to go ahead and sadly demolish it. So here it is. Currently I only have 2 items. One is the natural ramp and the other one the log bridge. Unfortunately, I did click the wrong option right there. So let me go back and actually demolish that bridge. Alright, here we are again, and this time I'll be a bit more careful while selecting the options. There we go. After paying 10,000 bells, I'm finally able to get the bridge destroyed. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be done in this episode, so I still have to wait till tomorrow to clear it up. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and clear up the rest of the river and start working on my terraforming. Right here is the river I was just talking about. I'm no longer gonna have the river flow through this way. Let me quickly go ahead and try to cover up this river from here. I do have a plan on how the river is gonna flow in my island. But I think it's a bit trickier to actually have it completed. What with all of these villagers just running around me. After all, it is festival. Hopefully they won't really bother me too much tomorrow. Right here, as you can see, I did do a bit more progress, but I think closing up this river is going to take me quite some time. It already has been around 5 to 10 minutes, and I think it will take me another 5 to 10 minutes to cover up this whole thing. Of course, I do have to be a bit careful. What with this control, I might actually undo my job. So I am being a bit more careful while clearing it up. After clearing up the river, I did decide to go ahead and terraform a bit more. Alright, so this cliff is the one that I did offline, and I decided to go ahead and give it another second level. In this case, I am just building up the second level right here. I am being a bit careful to not go too close to the edge. If I do go too close to the edge, I won't be able to plant my items on a later stage. I have been planning to plant more of the fruits or potatoes rather than shrubs for most of these places. Hopefully I'll be able to buy some of them from Leaf, who I might be able to find in Harvey's Island in the future. But of course, let me quickly go ahead and complete all of these terraforming right here and show you guys the end result of how it actually looks. Well, here is my map, and the whole structure on the bottom right is what I crafted today. Not too much, but we have made significant progress with my island. I still do have to craft a bridge right here to cross over. Maybe I'll be able to put it up in the next episode. After all, in this episode, we have actually asked for demolishing a bridge. Now, before I end out this episode, there is still one more thing for me to complete, and that is moving one of my villager island. This case, I think I know which one I want to move, and it's gonna be for the entrance of the island. So I definitely want a villager that I really like. Let me quickly go ahead and talk to Tom Nook right here and click on layout changes. In this case, it's gonna be a island home, and of course I am gonna go ahead and go with Ace. I think Ace is one of my favorite villagers in my current island, so I am gonna go ahead and move him to the front of this island. So you'll be able to meet him when you come to my island at the entrance. Alright, there we go. Let's quickly have him come and talk to us. Hopefully he will agree as well. Alright, here he is. His costume definitely looks super cool on him. Alright, he did agree. So let's quickly go ahead and get the moving kit from Tom Nook and place his house at the beginning of the island. I have a perfect spot for his house. It's gonna be a bit difficult to see if it will fit, but I think with the amount of space I do have, I should be able to fit his house in there. Here we are, and this is where Ace's house is gonna be. I do want to check out if this is the perfect spot for his house. After having to decide for quite some time, I was finally able to find the spot for his house. Pretty cool. So this is where I will be having Ace's house on my island. I think this is a good place for me to end out this episode. After all, we have completed all of the items on Festival Day, as well as have our terraforming done for the day as well. In the next episode, I'll be continuing my terraforming and see if we can actually add a bridge as well as move other islander houses to their final positions. I think that's gonna be super exciting. Alright, so that's all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to support me more on Patreon, check out the links in my description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.